Live. Dave, where are you?
Hey, Mark Willie, what's up? We're here. We're just having a little bit of fun. We got a late start, so we decided to skip the intro. You guys are up in the Northeast, I imagine, at JLC Live. Is that a good guess?
Rhode Island it is. And where are you joining us from today, Dave Cooper?
I am joining you from the studio at the moment, which I'm tearing apart because I'm heading to Las Vegas. We're going to be doing a live stream from Boxable and a private CEO event, and then we're going to do World of Modular, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
World of Modular and Boxable. I'm telling you, World of Modular, it's going to be a great crowd. I've already heard a lot of people today talking about it. And Dave, where's everyone tuning in from today?
They are tuning in from LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. So if you're on Twitter, get your tweets on. Let us know that you're out there. Make sure you fly that little bird. And also, if you're not subscribed to our channel, you're wrong. Mark, a lot of people don't know it, but we've had over 1 million views, my friend. It's getting up there on our channel. So we're doing some amazing things. And I think the last number I saw was 58,000 minutes watched this past 28 days. That's a lot of minutes.
Well, the thing is, Dave, I've watched 57,000 of them, so someone else has to watch the other part, right?
There you go. I love it. I love it. Well, listen, Mark. So we got some special guests that are going to come on. We got Eli Gold. I got a little something that I'm going to want to play in just a moment that I think you guys are going to want to see as well. But in the meantime, Mark, while I'm setting this up, why don't you let us know what's going on and where you're at? And I'm going to put you full screen. And who are those beautiful people hanging out with you?
We're gonna go person by person here. First off, I'm with Monica.
Hello, I'm Monica. I'm with the marketing side of things with Huber Engineered Woods. So we're at booth 239. We got all our zip system, our Advantech. We can talk about our new rain screen product that's coming in. All our tech guys are here. Our sales guys are here. If you have any questions, they have all the knowledge that I don't have.
So while you're still here,
Excellent.
while Dave's setting it up yesterday, you got in early to the show, and you did some traveling around. Tell the people what you got a chance to do.
Yeah, so I actually got to hang out with Steve Basic and Mark and
Big Red.
Luke from Rangeline Homes too. So I got to see a bunch of Steve's houses that he designed, which was really, really awesome. Just seeing it in person, all the details. And of course, seeing our Hebrew products there were really pretty to see. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We hit 4 job sites that were really, really beautiful places.
That's awesome. And how long have you been doing what you're doing?
So I'm actually newer to Huber. I started about 6 months ago. So I'm meeting all these cool guys and gals.
Now, are you from the construction industry, or are you new to this awesome industry?
No, I have a dance degree. I did ballet my whole life. I don't know how I ended up here.
Well, you know what? Construction is a ballet of coordination when it comes to putting projects together. So I think that'll come in very handy for you.
Yeah.
Tell them that.
Mark literally said yesterday that construction is a dance.
It is a dance. It is a dance. Well, awesome.
Dave, did I tell you that she said that yesterday, or did you come with that analogy on your own?
No, that's my own analogy. I say that all the time, that what we do is a ballet of coordination. And I can't do ballet, but I can sure say it.
So as a perfect dance, right, a segue from the envelope control of Huber Engineered Woods, we have Dave joining us from Mitsubishi Electric, good friend of everyone's. Introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, Dave Hazel, Mitsubishi Electric. I'm the Senior Manager for Performance Construction, and I'm working the JLC live show here with all our friends who are builders, architects, engineers, everyone who is part of the industry that is the important people. They're all here. Dave, you should be here too right now.
Yeah, that's funny you said that. But, just to be fair, Dave is hopping on a plane to come see an important person myself out in Vegas. But, yeah, you're absolutely right. JLC is the place for a lot of the influencers everybody sees on social media. If you want to learn about high-performance building and you want to rub shoulders with some of the best in the industry when it comes to that high performance, JLC is by far one of the best places, if not the best place to go outside of the IBS, performance zone.
Absolutely. We've got a great booth here, by the way, at number 818. Thank you for leading that off there. And come on by if you're anywhere near Providence, and come see us today and tomorrow. We'll be here for the full time, talking about all things cold climate, high capacity, high performance heat pumps that do work in the cold climates, folks. It is no longer the daddy's heat pump of old. This has all changed the industry, and we're moving toward electrification. All good stuff.
So you're telling me that it'll work below 30 degrees now?
Well, 30 in your neighborhood, maybe.
30 in my neighborhood.
We're not quite to 30 yet, but we're marching toward it very rapidly.
Yeah, for sure. Well, listen, Dave, I mean, you've been in this industry a long time, and I don't think you give yourself enough credit. I mean, you really put yourself out there with not only the influencers, but I mean, you're on the road all the time. And I think the greatest thing that I've learned about you, and we haven't done any work together, but I know a lot of people that you do work with, is just the level of service and commitment that you tend to give everybody. I mean, somebody calls you, you call them back, and I think that's really, really rare. And I think it's impressive, and Mitsubishi should be pretty damn happy with you, I hope.
Well, we're happy to have everyone get to the conclusions with their projects they're trying to get to, and do it the right way and be better for the environment and process.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Hey, well, listen, we got, do you know Eli? Eli's there. He's in his hotel room. I'm sure he's going to be down soon. But I think that it would be really, really good if I want to show you something Eli's working on, because, Dave, maybe it's something you can help him with down in the Caribbean. What do you think?
I could do that. I actually be down the Turks and Caicos coming up in May, so maybe I can swing over. I do know Eli from working with him in the past. Great guy.
Well, here's a little YouTube short that we did with Eli, and he has an announcement coming up, I think, which is great. And guess what? It's all about building it better and sustainability. Check this out, everyone. Stay right there. Hey everybody, this is Dave Cooper. This is going to be a special show. We're going to cover why wood is another solution that can really speed up the rebuilding process and save the buildings while they're there, because natural disasters are only part of the problem.
The needs are huge when you're rebuilding from something like a hurricane. Everybody rebuilds. There's a need for a massive level of speed, industrialized construction, some of the things we've learned about. You can't do it one concrete block at a time. The challenges for wood structures, problem solving for best practices, not only a hurricane, but seismic activity and wood degrading organisms, especially termites. So this is a triple threat scenario, no doubt.
Having a way of treatment that is less impactful, or basically it doesn't have an impact in the environment, but then it can treat our main building blocks, that is wood, and also for so many years, I think it's huge.
It's really exciting. There's so much information that we're going to provide, and people just have to understand it's a reality to build a structure safely, environmentally, responsibly, that you can get protection from wood destroying organisms very long term. It's so exciting that that's the case.
This conversation is needed in such a big way. All right, what do you guys think of that? Super, super cool. Let's bring Eli onto the show with us. Hey Eli, how are you?
Good. You made us look good, Dave. That was pretty dramatic. Thanks for that.
Yeah, listen, it's not hard to make you look good, man. It's just that it comes natural. You and Dave down there, right? Look at the head of hairs. That's why I wear a hat anymore, because the reflection from my studio lights would blind you. Good to see you. I know you're up in your hotel room, but I hope you two connect. And I know
we will definitely be meeting.
Yeah, and Mark's standing next to you as well. Eli, why don't you give us a little bit about who you are and what you have going on and why we played that video so everybody can learn a little bit.
Yeah, totally. Well, as you know, and David know, I've been building some innovative things for a long time, and I've always had wood at the part of it. I used to be in straight up high performance construction with a timber frame shop, and got to know Dave real well in the early days of that. And in recent years, I've had a regional role, which has been awesome in basically the movement of larger scale mass timber and other wood options. And so I work with the Quebec Wood Export Bureau. We're in 1105. I get to do education of architects, support of projects, and then for certain situations, I get to do humanitarian rebuild efforts, which is a really awesome thing to be involved in. I know that's one of the things Dave and I love to team up on, but like we were alluding to, the challenges are real as the wood industry moves further south and into areas in which the best practices for durability need to be studied, mixed, learned, and practiced, then that's where really the nonprofit focus can kick in. And I'm privileged to be somebody who gets to work on all the problem solving needed for that. So it's been great. We went to Puerto Rico last year and helped a great group who is in Dave's longer interview. And the advent of mineral salt treatments is going to be something I'm going to be teaching a lot of in this. So we have a new on-demand AIA course that people can log into, check out on their own. It's hosted on a site by our partners, American Training Seminars. So you go to that, you can get your AIA credits. You have to pass a test at the end. It won't be too hard, but you will learn how basically a single ingredient mineral salt can navigate both the fire resistant, the fire retardant treated lumber markets and insect resistant treated wood and general wood structure preservation. So for me, this is one of the things I'm really excited about as I look at new technologies. Even though this isn't really a new one, it's getting so much better recently that this is one of the things I think is going to enable us to be building in a lot more markets. And so thanks for helping me promote it. It's something I'm really pumped about.
Listen, I mean, that's what Mark and I do. And I know Mark's not on the screen, but we were going to surprise Mark with that video. Pretty cool, isn't it, Mark?
I think this innovation is incredible. I remember a clip of this once before. That video is fantastic, and I'm glad this news is getting out, and an AIA course is perfect.
Yeah, for sure. And this is the QR code. So pull out your handy dandy camera and make sure you take a picture of that QR code. We're stepping up our game here by doing cool stuff. I have another QR code that's coming out. It's going to have Mark Willie's personal cell phone number on it. So you definitely want to get that next.
I'll just give it out right now. It's 555-1212.
There you go.
555-1212.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. All right, so make sure you take a picture of that. Eli, thanks so much for sharing this and everything you do. And we have a full-fledged video and interview coming out from that as well. So we're gonna promote this a little bit more, and we're gonna help get the word out. And we'll be able to actually take that that video we just did. We'll put that QR code on it, and that way when people see it go out and we share it to 1 million viewers out there, we'll get people to build it better, and that's what it is all about. And guess what? We're going to help some people that need help in the Caribbean that don't have the resources we have here on the mainland. But that video is going to be really cool. Wait until people learn about the processes and techniques to use wood and to chase away termites to boot, too. It's cool stuff. All right. How'd I do, Eli? Is that good?
You did awesome. I want to go join Dave now. Is that all right?
Yeah, go join Dave and give him a big high five for me, and have a good time at JLC, and we'll keep putting the good word out for you. We'll see you.
Hey, thanks so much. Good to see you guys. Take care.
Hey, Eli, we're in the same spot we were last year.
All right, I'm gonna come snip your beard. I'll see if I can get there in 10 minutes.
Yeah, come in. You know what? Sneak up behind him and scare the daylights out of him live. I think that'd be funny. All right,
Take
we'll
care,
see you,
guys.
Eli.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, Dave, we have another guest here. Alexandra Basic is joining us, and I'm going to give her the screen.
Hi, long time no see, Dave.
It is a long time no see. Your dad's been keeping you hidden from us or something. I kept saying, "Where's Alexandra? Where's Alexandra?"
Somebody's got to do all the work, Dave. If you're gonna travel, somebody's got to stay at home and do that real work to get that stuff done.
You know what? That's very, very true. You know, but I was speaking with Steve not too long ago, and he said that he is learning so much from you. Everybody always thinks it's the other way around, but he was actually saying like.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice, but we do learn from each other.
Yeah, but hey, listen, Steve's been around a long time. He's very well known. He has a great reputation, and the fact that he's learning new things from you just says you're at his level, or shall I say above. But don't tell him I said that, because he could still strangle me in a headlock. He's a big guy.
Secret safe with me.
Well, so what are you up to? Tell us about some of the things you're working on, maybe some of the projects you're working on, and when are we going to see you on video all the time?
I'm slowly working on it. But I got to start somewhere, so I guess I'll start with you, right?
Let's do it.
So We have a lot of projects going on right now, and we're all across the country, which is really, it's a lot of fun because you get to deal with so many different people. So I'm here at JLC Live, and I get to find out what's new, what we're moving towards, and most importantly, we work with all of these people all year round, with David, with Monica, and we're working on this project with David right now. And it's just nice to be able to come here, shake a hand, and rather be on the other side of the cell phone just to say hi and have a couple laughs and make life easier and make life fun when we work on these projects together.
Yeah. When did JLC start? What day?
Started this morning.
Just this
9
morning,
a.m.
right? And so far, how's the turnout been?
Turnout is huge. They're saying that this is they had the most registration ever for the show this year.
That's awesome. You know, we're seeing that across the board at all the shows, and I think that's amazing. And is there anything that you're excited about JLC? Is there anything you're learning, or are you teaching, or are you just taking it all in and trying to come up with new ideas?
You know, it's a lot of, you definitely see those same companies walking around. So it's nice to say hi to the people that you get to see. Like, this is my once or twice a year chance to come and shake those hands and say hello, like I said. But it's nice because you really start to pick up on those companies that you haven't seen before, and they come out of nowhere. So you're just walking down the aisle. I'm saying hi to somebody that I've known for 5 years, and then I turn around to the left and it's some brand new material with something that I've never heard of. So it's great. It's a lot of fun to come to these events.
You know, you said two things that I think's spot on, and one is meeting the people and shaking their hands. It's always the greatest way to learn from one another because people are so willing to share in our industry. And I think that's the first thing. And especially the designs that you're working on across the country, they're no small feat, right? I mean, building in Passive House and to the level and standards that you require, it takes an army of people to pull that off in different states and make it happen. And it only happens by getting out there and meeting them, shaking hands, teaching each other, and then you come to these shows. Yeah, for sure, for sure. What do you see as the future? What are you excited about when it comes to designing? Is there anything happening in your world that you're kind of nudging Mr. Basic on and saying, hey, listen, we got to start looking at some of this AI or VR? Do you guys do any of that yet?
We don't do a lot of it. So I just basically we're playing around with the rendering game and the animation game, which is a whole new window for all of our clients because it's so hard to talk to somebody who didn't grow up in the field or they haven't gone to school. And so they're looking at these plans and I'm trying to convey what type of shelving. And the wife or the husband has it might look good on paper to me, but it doesn't mean that they know anything what they're looking at. So when you're able to show these 3Ds and these renderings, it gets all of us on board. And it gets those clients, it gets them so excited for all the next steps. So it keeps them going because we know it's a long process from starting to design to actually living in your house. So it keeps them going, it keeps them energized, happy.
Sure. And the other thing I think people need to understand and know, you work so closely not only with the client but with the contractors in the field. Like you said, your dad's always on a plane. My guess is you're doing the same thing when you have a client and need to get somewhere. And that's got to be a really good feeling for somebody that wants to hire you to know that, hey, you're just not designing it. You guys stay involved in the process. And you're always looking for the next best thing to make their home more sustainable, healthier, and affordable to actually live and operate in.
Definitely. It's a win-win-win for sure. It's a win for the client that we have a whole team that's ready to go, that knows each other. It's a win for us because there might be a better way for a builder to tell me how to get something built that I have no idea about. So if we bring you guys on early, then I get all of those ideas already set and they're in the drawings in the final package rather than handing over a set of drawings and builders coming back and saying, no, let's do this. It works easier. It works better. We can get that all done real quickly.
Yeah, for sure. And being in the industry, we're seeing a lot more, women come into this industry as well. And I've kind of seen some things, even when we were at IBS and, was it last year, the year before, I think Florida, driving that forward, this industry is so awesome. And I don't think enough people know of that. And you've been in it now, you grew up in it a little bit, but now you're actually working and having to deal with it. How's it been?
I would say it's intimidating at first, for sure, because it's a brand new field. I don't know, I grew up in it, but it's a lot different when you're kind of tossed out and you're just like, all right, figure it out. Like, go talk to people, Lexi. My dad's always encouraging, like, find new people, let's find new products. So it's definitely intimidating, and it's intimidating because you hear everybody saying those things like, oh, it's or it was a man's field. How is it? What's going on? It's a lot less intimidating about 2 years in, because you start to realize, like, I'm looking around, I got Monica, I got everybody else walking around these shows. So there's a lot more women in it than you realize than what used to be.
Well, and that's exactly what I was hoping to hear. Like, we're seeing it as well. Even I'm in the offsite space with modular and panels and CLT and mass timber, and even the manufacturing facilities are 30 to 40% women. And here's really the good news on all of that, because it shouldn't even be a topic. Jen and I talk about this all the time. Shouldn't even be a topic. And we asked somebody not too long ago, and it was a lesson learned for us. How many women do we have working in the factory? And they said, I don't know. I just hire the best person for the job.
Yeah.
Which is how it should be. But I think it's awesome, and I'm glad you said that there's all these other people there, because I think we're all going to go further, faster with more people like yourself.
Everybody's looking for the same thing. We've got that new education that everybody is really pushing towards, just trying to learn and trying to get better. And we started real small, but that industry is growing on how much we don't know and how many people just want to learn. So you have people out there like my dad, Matt, everybody else just trying to teach each other, and we're all in there just to do that.
Yeah, and talking about that, coming straight out of school, how much did you know or didn't know?
I didn't know a lot of things.
Yeah.
School doesn't teach you. The problem that I have is there's a huge disconnect between school and the real world.
Yeah.
And it's completely different. And school teaches you how to be an owner. So I can walk out from school and I can draw a sketch on a napkin, hand it to somebody else and say like, oh, this is what I want, go build it. That's what school teaches you how to do. School doesn't teach you how to start with all the redlining and how to get and work your way to be the owner. So they don't tell you about the 30 years in there that's really hard that gets you to what they trained you to do. So I think that's the big disconnect, and that's what's hard stepping out of it. And lucky for me, I have my dad. But on top of it, talking to manufacturers, I don't think are highlighted enough. Like just talking to Mark, talking to you guys have all these different connections and bits of information that it's valuable, super valuable.
Yeah, it is valuable, and an education costs money. I say it all the time. You can either, get your ass handed to you, or you can go to school or pay somebody and work for somebody to learn. But, I think that's great. So what are you most excited about looking forward right now? You guys are busy. You're building all over the country. Do you have any projects that you want to share that you think are just, I know you can't share names and people, but that you think are just awesome?
I got two things I'm looking forward for. We have a project in Colorado, and I have never put a house inside, like on the side of a mountain, and trying to figure out how do we get a driveway that climbs up that elevation and how it winds around. And how do you get like the structure that needs to happen to put it inside the side of a mountain is very interesting. And the second thing I'm very excited about is my brother is joining us next year. So we'll have the whole family going. Yes.
Get out of here. So your brother's coming as well?
Yeah. It's going to be a great time. And I mean, I love what I do. I love everything about it, but the most I love working with my dad. There's nothing, I am happy waking up every single morning, getting to joke around in the office with him every single day. So getting to add him on board, it's great.
He has a sense of humor for sure.
Yeah.
And your mother has got to be an angel to have to put up with him. That's all I have to say. But I will say, I don't know if there's enough room in this world for 3 basics. Wow, that is really, really cool.
Something. Wait till you see Steve-O's. You think my dad's got humor. That kid is...
Yeah?
He's funny and he's quick.
Now, is he an architect as well?
Yes.
He is. And same school, different school?
He went to a different school, so I stayed close to home. I was able to come back on home, see my parents on the weekends, be very happy, and he went all the way down to Auburn, Alabama. But Excellent. He absolutely loves it down there. We've been down to visit, and it is a gorgeous school. I
don't want to assume, because maybe he went to school later. So are you the middle child? Or
I am the middle child. He's the baby of the family.
He's the baby. Good. Well, that's awesome. And it sounds like the way you're talking about him that you guys all get along really well, and that's super important.
Best friends.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, awesome. Alexandra, I think we should have you on our show more often. I know we've said that
Definitely.
before, and I know you're busy, but I really do think it'd be amazing to have you come on, and maybe we do some round tables with some others in the industry to get the conversation going. And even further than that, Alexandra, you know, we do a lot with the universities across the country. I think it would be fun to do a roundtable with some of the leading university professors to talk about exactly what you said, right? There's what you learn, but you miss a lot of the practical learnings that you need, you know, as well. And I don't know how you get that, you know, because years of experience can't really be taught, but more lessons learned or shared could be.
Definitely. It'll definitely take a huge shift, but I think the industry's ready for it.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, look at that. So my Jennifer said more Alexandra, less Steven.
Tell
You
Jen,
know-
I always like talking with her. You and
Yeah,
Ruby.
there you go. We'll see you.
So
All right.
speaking of the next step, Dave, right? This is a perfect transition. All the way from Toronto, George Brown College. We have the one, the only, Connor Malloy.
Connor Malloy in the house.
Hey Dave, how you doing?
What's up, Connor?
Great day down here in JLC, my friend.
Yeah. So Connor, you know, what are you learning today? Tell us something exciting about what's going on at JLC, outside of the friendships and the after party that's probably getting ready to happen in a few hours.
You know what? For me, the most important thing why I'm down here, why I traveled, 9 hours to get here and cross the border is really there's no show out there that really has hands-on building clinics.
Yeah.
You have product manufacturers, you have specialty tapes and sealants, windows, and then right beside you is 40 folding chairs. There's a built-up stage with professionals from all over the U.S. who come and teach really small-scale hands-on workshops. They answer
Okay.
questions. These are people who publish in Fine Home Building, JLC, really the best of the best, and that's
Yeah.
why I'm here. I think that's why the show stands out for me.
Yeah, I bet they're all there, right? You got probably Matt's there. You got Ben Bogey on stage, I would imagine. You got them all. I mean, they're all
Aaron
there.
Jones is doing a workshop. Yeah, Canadian Carpenter Joe Canning is here doing some discussions.
Oh,
You've got Mike Gurton is doing demonstrations. It's really, if you want to learn and ask questions, it's a safe place to ask questions. It is wonderful.
Yeah, and that's really what it's all about. And you know, being in the world of teaching and educating, having a safe space like that is good, right? Because it gets into listen when you're somebody and you're standing between a Mark Willie, a Ben Bogey, you know, and a Gearden, and you want to ask a question that you probably know everybody else knows, it can be intimidating.
It can be intimidating. I think that's why. I mean, just the personality and the tone of the show
Yeah.
is very inclusive. I think if
Right.
it was a large hall with 100 people listening to how you install a self-adhered membrane or exterior insulation,
Right.
but it's
Right.
literally 20 people. They're 8 feet from you, and because there's a small group, they can see when you don't know what's going on. Like
Right,
I can in your class, and they can stop, they can slow down, and they can address your question. So
Yep, for sure. Well, you know, that's great. Have you seen anything that you particularly like? Is there any product that really caught your eye that you've been wanting to see, or are you still just kind of getting the feel for the lay of the land there?
it's kind of the second one. I spent more of the time really, I mean, because I haven't been down here that often, meeting
Yeah.
people that I've met online for the last 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and finally meeting people in person. So I've only been through a few booths here, and
Yeah.
really it's connecting with people and builders and really sitting in on those hands-on workshops.
Sure, for sure. Perfect. Well, that's awesome. And are you meeting a bunch of people for the first time?
100%. I mean, Mark and I only met a few months ago at a show. Matt and I have only met once for about 20 minutes, but there are some builders down here that I've been talking with for years.
Yeah.
And finally meeting them in person has been great. Yeah, it's a tremendous show. The scale of the show is the most important thing for me. I've never been to IBS down in Las Vegas, but this show is 2 floors of a pretty small convention center.
Right.
You can get through it all in about a day and a half. So that scale allows you to spend time and have conversations and have lunch and go out
Sure.
for dinner.
Right.
Because
100%.
it's wonderful. Yeah.
Well, you know, and that's what it's about. It's about making those connections and the people and whatever, you know, whatever you knowledge you can garner and take back to the students, I think is going to be huge. And I'm sure you're looking forward to share those experiences as well. Well, I love it, man. I think this is great that you guys are all together. When you leave there, I'm sure there's a direct flight to Las Vegas. We have World of Modular happening. You should come hang out with us after JLC's over.
That sounds like a great show. If I had a different life partner and a different kid and dog, then I could make that happen.
That's it. That's it. Perfect. Well, who else is with you guys there? Anybody else that's exciting to have around?
We absolutely. Who's up next?
Oh yeah, we have one more. Are you guys setting?
Yep.
Well, no,
All
we're
right.
just talking. He's good. If you have another one, bring him in. We're just he has that education
No,
look
not
in his
yet.
eyes. Yeah. So if you were to say to anybody out there, oh no, is there enough room in that building for two of you?
Well, it is because I can breathe the air up here.
Yeah.
You breathe the air down there.
We got the high-low. Finding people makes it pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean, man, Matt, you're on a tear with the trade shows and the education. Man, your kids must love the information you're bringing back to them.
Yeah, they're just mad because they don't get to come with.
I know. You know what? You need to have a post graduation when you turn 18. You can come to a show with me.
Yeah, that would actually be really cool. We keep telling all the event hosts, let's put one of these in the Midwest.
Yeah.
We got good places like Kansas City, St. Louis, Indianapolis. It's not like a Chicago where it's really condensed. You got,
Right.
So we got some good Midwest locations that I could get to.
Cross the border and come up to Toronto.
Well, you know what? Is there any really good trade shows in Toronto that we should be going to?
There are some large construction shows. There's Construct Canada. We have large industrial shows, but what they're missing again for I think trade students is if you're not in the mode of designing a project, inspecting a window, and selecting, let's say, bathroom finishes.
Right.
It's not a workshop for you that teaches you how to set that tub, how to do dry pack below maybe your tile, how to do wet applied adhesives. This is what we're trying to teach in class, and this kind of show doesn't exist for us up there.
Got it. So that tells me that there's an opportunity.
Absolutely.
Huge one.
Yeah.
Right.
Huge one.
Yeah. These hands-on, this is my first JLC. So, I'm comparing to the IBS, of course, which obviously size-wise, there's a big difference, but
yeah,
just the amount, at IBS, you have like the high performance zone and things where you're kind of breaking down to these small sessions that aren't like separate, complete class sessions.
Yep.
But you have these like almost mini classrooms, like, I don't know, 4 per floor, something like. So
yeah,
4 or 5 mini sessions. So about 10 sessions going on at the same time, different topics.
Yep.
And they're all happening in like, these tiny little classrooms in the middle of the floor. Plus everybody's that's got their booths and stuff here become very interactive and very hands-on. So in fact, I told my, principal when he's asking, what's the show all about that you're going to? I was like, if this was within 3 hours drive, I would have a bus full of students
Every single student.
and I would just let them go. Like, go do, explore, put your hands on things, and come back and find out what you learned. Very cool. I'm impressed. I like it.
Yeah, that is super cool. Wouldn't it be great if there was a trade show for the students that was very secure and it was set up in a way to where, parents could feel safe that they go to something like that? That would be awesome.
You said it, Dave. It's, a lot of people are like, oh, why don't you take the kids to Vegas to IBS? As cool as that would be.
I'm not even taking my own kids to Vegas.
How many parents take their own kids to Vegas? Exactly, right, Dave? But yeah, like in a place like this, the hotels are literally across the street. If, obviously travel is the big thing, you'd have to have more of these in some locations strategically, but, like locally we have like the unions will host like a day and stuff, and they're fine, but they're almost too small and not enough to, like, you could really spend 20 minutes there and you kind of take care of it, right? Where this, you could spend
the
2 full
diversity,
days.
There's a clinic on just stairs. Then there's a roofing clinic. Then there's best building principles, interior doors and trim. Then there's a deck demonstration.
Indoor air quality.
So if you have a class of 100 students, they can really filter to whatever kind of demonstration they want to see. And if they have follow-up questions, the manufacturers are right around.
Right,
they can
right.
answer questions. They can go through details, and then you can follow up and learn how to order. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and I mean, what great exposure you'd be putting students into future employment opportunities, right?
Right.
Like
That's
you have
right.
students there, because not all of our students are going to be the hammer swingers or the guys getting dusty. Some of them are going to be the people working these floors for these companies maybe one day. So maybe we have students that want to go into marketing side or management side.
That's right.
I mean, the connections that could be made if you could make it more feasible for students to attend, and a lot of that is obviously location, of course. And I understand that comes with price and organization and stuff. But if we're able to do that on a bigger scale, kind of like a JLC side, I think you'd see a lot of good things come out of it, I think.
Well, and that's 100%. It. And so even more so than just the education, I think having the youth come to an event like you're at and they see the level of professionalism, the level of companies, right? They're no longer just a contractor or a carpenter. Like, they start to understand that this is not only a great trade, but it's big business. There's a lot of opportunity in all the sectors, whether it's marketing or whether you're becoming a plumber, right? It's across the board. And I think that's the one thing that a lot of the youth miss is same reason you guys go there and you're like, oh, look at this. You're like kids in a candy store, right? That's what happens. That's what happens at IBS and everywhere else. We need our youth to feel the kids in the candy store thing. Like, look at that cool hammer. I didn't know that even existed, right? Little things.
Well, so one of the guys, Walt, what's Walt's last name? I apologize, Walt. I want to say Tomlin. Anyways, he got a local, he's on the committee for his district or whatever locally, and got 40 trade students here.
Yeah.
And what he did was he wanted to show the kids the importance of the trade show. So it wasn't just, hey, go hang out, run around this convention center. Was here's your to-do list. You need to go and check off. You need to go see like so many spots. You need to talk about, fill out what was the product about, what it's doing. And he wanted to show the importance of why contractors take a day off of production on the job site to come to these, and how do you make the convention a productive day in your business.
How do you get value?
Yeah. Which I thought was really cool. I didn't really even think of looking at doing that with the students other than showing them how cool this was.
Right.
But he's taking it as, how is this a way to better yourself, as we all as, professionals are here to do, and instill that into the kids' minds, which I thought was really cool.
And that's really a great teacher, right? Who can take what we do as a normal practice, break that into what is really a learning outcome. The outcome is you as a business owner intuitively want to make sure you're getting your $1,000 value, whatever your cost is to come here per day and run your business, and to turn that into a lesson plan and make it actionable. That's really incredible teaching that happens outside the classroom. And the more we do that, and we have equitable access to shows and get students out and show them that what they're learning in class exists outside of that class project, I think you get a lot of buy-in, and it's incredible.
And you're teaching them to be smart about their time and how they spend it. I think that's one of the areas we fall short of in our contractor world, right? Is you guys are teaching the business side of it, but a lot of people don't understand the business side of it, and they don't quantify their time correctly, and they don't quantify, like you said, going to this show. All right, well, it's fun to go, but what are some goals that you can come back, go to, pick up, and then bring back and implement possibly into the business, or share with your team? If you're going to go, can you learn some new tricks of the trades and bring it back to the team that's going to pick up our builds by, 20%, because that's a really cool way of doing something that we didn't think about before. There's those things. I love it.
Yeah, there's a builder locally where we are that recommends this. His term inside is called Toolbox Talks. And they have a tradesperson or member of their team go to a trade show. They come back with, let's say, the 3 things they want to share, and then they schedule a lunch period that week on the job, and that person shares whatever the format it is. Just talking, but it's structured. You plan, you come and listen with your lunch. And I think that's the great way of, when you invest in a student or an employee to come for the day, how do you get value out of that? And with those colleagues who cannot come to that show, how do you make sure that lives past that one person?
Yeah.
And have discussion around it. Yeah, it's really important.
Perfect. Well, if I know Matt well enough, and I'm thinking you're probably the same. He's starting to get that FOMO happening, right? He's like, man, I'm stuck on this podcast, but I know I'm missing something inside. I can see it already. His mind's going. He's like, all right, we gotta go. I know you're not, but I do know you get FOMO. I get
but
it.
you're right, though. There's so much going on. It's awesome.
Fear of missing out for those of you that don't know FOMO. All right, well, listen, guys, I'm going to let you guys get back to it. Where's the Willie? Did he run away?
No, he's right here.
He has FOMO too. He hates missing out on things, Mark.
Yeah. We put an air tag on him so we keep track of him today.
Did you? You know what? That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
It's in his beard.
Can you share it with me so I can keep track of him?
It's been a big show.
I have not seen Mark travel this much ever. This past year, you've gotten out a lot, man. It's been good. You've been getting around, seeing people, and you've been from Texas and all the way back out to now you're all the way in the Northeast.
I'll tell you what, Dave, it's people like the folks you saw today that we've had on before. Whenever you and Jennifer and myself and the folks that we know can share the voice of these great groups.
Yeah.
Because we've had this conversation for years. There's so many people that can't make it to these conventions. And the people that are able to come love sharing about that with the other folks. And so the fact that I was able to see a couple projects, give some talks, and jump on the show with you, it's fabulous. I mean, we skip lunch so we could do these things.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we do. What was your talks about, bud?
These were job site talks. So, talking about thermal breaks, right? And building envelopes. So you got to push the industry. And to push the industry, we always start by the envelope, right?
That's right.
And we always talk about fresh air. And I'll tell you what, folks on here, Dave can see you. I can't see you. When you want to share your voice, that's why we get together. And Dave, your smile today was worth jumping on here.
Great.
For all the folks that are out there, we're pleased to deliver this each and every Friday.
Every Friday, man. We've been doing it for several years now, having a good time. Hey, Sean, say no more. I sent you a link earlier. I'm not sure if it went to your Gmail account, I think. Good morning, Dave and Jennifer, and everyone at JLC. Good to see you, my friend. Let's give a couple shout outs. Diego Rivera, I will see you in a day or two. Good to see you, Diego. Love it, love it. All right, who do we have here? Oleg, huh?
Diego was just on the other day.
Diego was just on the other day. He's doing the steel studs. Absolutely, man.
I really enjoyed that, by the way. It was another great show. And this is what I like about the community is they sacrifice the time to share their voice.
They do.
And then a few days later, they make the time to hear someone else's. Thank you for all your work, Diego, and travel safe.
Absolutely. Good to see you, Diego. Oleg Malinowski, I think I said that right. Mr. Dave Cooper. Well, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. I'm not familiar with the name, but I'm glad you're here. Make sure you comment more often, and you'll be surprised. People are going to want to know what you do, so put in the comments what you do. It's all about networking when we have our shows. We love it. Hey, John Fay says, Dave and Mark. That's a good-looking picture for him. Man, look at that. He looks good. Looking good. I like your picture.
John's one of the best. I don't know if you're making it, John, but if you make it to World of Modular, make sure you hang around David, Jennifer, because that's where the action's at, brother.
We got Abby Werschmidt. T-Stud has a booth. Come say hi. So there you go, Mark. You had a big presence with T-Stud and one of the originals, man. You guys have really done amazing things with it. So well done, Mark. Well done on that for sure. All right, who else do we have in here? Let's see. Peter Molinars. Peter there? Great to see Connor Malloy at JLC Live. Good to see you, Peter. Hope you are well. Greg Ugaldi's in the house, of course. Dave and Jennifer, great show today over the weekend and next week. Safe travels. Great to see everyone. Good to see you as well. Hey, Greg, JLC is just right up the road, man. You should trade in Rhode Island. You should have just took a little John up there. You could have hung out.
What, there's a lot of folks from New England. You get people pouring in from Philly, from New York, from Connecticut, like yourself. Yeah. Cool accents, a lot of wonderful individuals. It's alive and well. It's a beautiful industry.
It is a beautiful industry, and it's great to see so many new faces commenting on our streams now, Mark. It's so much fun in watching this grow. All right, we got Brian St. John. Come on down to KC. We'll get the barbecue smoking for you all. I have a feeling he was talking about when we were down, we were talking about the students and how we need to get the students in the field. Brian, I love barbecue, man. You just send us the offer, and be careful what you wish for. We will show up. I love it.
Our good friends Travis Bungart and Joe Cook of Catalyst Construction, they deliver the Kansas barbecue every year. Great folks. Brian, thank you. And Dave, I've got to run. We have a 1:00 presentation, brother.
All right, you go do what you got to do. I'm going to flash a few more names up real quick. My mom's joining us. Hi, Mom. What's going on? Andrew Seeley says some legends on today. Two more things here. Tom Reddy says, great show. Love the hats, guys. Good to see you, Tom. Hey, Mark. So, again, the banner was going across the bottom of the screen there just a few minutes ago. We are going to be live at Boxable. We're going to start at 9 a.m. Monday morning, and we're going to go live all the way through Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. There will be some downtime in between, but we are staying in a Boxable, dude. This is a hot topic. Some people love it. Some people question it. Some people hate it. Well, we're there to bring you the whole unedited version of what's really happening, and we're going to be hanging out with the founders and the owners in Paolo, the billionaire himself. Just so everybody knows, Elon Musk has one in his back. Huh?
Bring your glasses for the 24-hour Boxable, because you guys are going to have some tired eyes.
We're going to have some tired eyes for sure. All right, Mark, I know you have a presentation. Listen, I want to give a big shout out to everybody who's on the show. And Eli, thank you for coming on the show. Check out his class. There's a QR code. This QR code stuff's cool, Mark. We should do this more often. Check out the QR code. Go there and look at the AIA accredited classes they're doing. Wait until you see the interview we had. It'll blow your mind. Mark, take care, my friend. Have fun up there and safe travels home.
Safe travels to you, Dave, and everyone. Have a blessed weekend. Spring is for kicking butt, so get out there and do it.
That's right. Let's kick some butt. We'll see you this weekend and next week. Bye, everybody.